Friends, I have a message for you today because there is a battle being waged in the home gym subculture, which is already a niche of other cultures. And that battle is between two companies. One that's kind of like the gold standard that's been around for a long time, and the other one is an up and coming. They're kind of taking ideas from this other company and making them in China and doing cheaper ideas, and that is Rogue Fitness versus Titan Fitness. Let me give you some of my thoughts. Okay, so first off, just to let you know, I'm a huge fan of Rogue Fitness. In fact, they're probably my favorite equipment company. I don't know if I'd say they're my favorite, but they have a lot of stuff that I like, and I have a lot of their equipment. For instance, I have their Abram GHC 2.0. I have their Reverse Hyper RH2. I have the R3, Rogue R3, West Side Hole Spacing. I have the Rogue Ohio Bar. I have the Rogue Cerakote Bar. I have the Rogue Multi-Grip Bar. The Rogue West Side Bench with the Rogue Thompson Fat Pad. I have Rogue bumper plates. I have other Rogue bumper plates. I have other Rogue bumper plates. I have Rogue branded cardboard tubes because you never know when you're going to have to send a barbell back after you get one. I have a lot of Rogue equipment, and that's not to say like Rogue's the absolute best, but in my opinion they do a lot of things well, and I like to review their equipment and I like to use their equipment. So I filled a lot of my gym up with Rogue equipment. I have even more than I just said because I couldn't come up and think about all of it at once. This is the thing. I think most people are seeing this new company, Titan Fitness, and they're like, man, this company looks like Rogue. All their designs are really based on Rogues, and they're at a super cheap price. So what's the difference? So I'm gonna tell you what's the difference by using a couple different pieces of equipment from both companies that are pretty comparable and letting you know which one I think is worth looking at in each category. Okay, so behind me I have two products, one from Titan Fitness, one from Rogue Fitness, that are pretty much the exact same thing, okay? These are both yokes, they're both use the same tubing, the same size, everything like that. Something to be aware of, however, is Rogue Fitness, they're the original creator of this, okay? So if you want to purchase something based upon their coming up with this idea and everything, then you want to go with Rogue Fitness. Now, if that doesn't matter to you, because I think a lot of people it doesn't, they just want a piece of equipment that works well, then Titan Fitness is the copy. Okay, and I don't think Titan Fitness really cares, you know, like they're like, there's no patents on this, we can make it for cheaper, we're gonna produce it. So this Titan Fitness yoke features the exact same like dimensions, tubing, everything as the Rogue Y1 yoke. Now I've had the Rogue Y1 yoke for maybe 3 years, 2 years. And this is one of the most versatile pieces of equipment out there, okay? You can use it not only as a yoke, you can use it as a rack for squats, for bench, you can use it, you know, as a sled, you can use it as, you know, throwing things over, like Atlas stones and things like that. This is a super versatile piece of equipment. You can even attach a pull-up bar and do pull-ups, okay? There isn't a much more versatile piece of equipment. So if you're starting a home gym and you're trying to do it in a cheap way, then these are typically what I'd suggest purchasing. Now, they've changed the design a little bit on this. In the past, they had this connection system, as you can see here. It's since changed to look more like the Titan. Rogue actually came out with the idea before Titan did, and then Titan kind of copied them with the current model. Both work fine. In fact, I think this one is actually cheaper to make. This one's a welded unit, so it's a little bit more expensive, and what we've seen is Rogue go more towards bolt together units to save on shipping than, you know, welded units. Now welds are going to be stronger, but it's not that big of a deal. So $220 for the Titan yoke. The Rogue Y1 is $495, not including shipping. The $220 includes shipping. Huge price difference. This isn't like we're talking $50 or anything. This is over half the cost of this one. Okay, and then the shipping on these are expensive because they're big units. Okay, so the fact that Titan's able to sell these at that price is crazy. Even if it was a, you know, a crappy product at that price, like, you know, it's like, it's hard to pass up. And that's why so many people are buying Titan Fitness. Now here's the thing I always say about Rogue versus Titan. Rogue has better finish. Rogue has better powder coat, better welds, all those different things. They have a better fit and finish. That's just how Rogue is. Rogue is the gold standard. They do everything really well. These are made in the US, so you're gonna get a little bit better product, okay? Titan is made in China. They import these things. The welds are often spotty. The powder coat often chips really easily. It's a cheap powder coat, and they use some cheaper materials in places. That said, is the best product that I've used from Titan yet. And the reason I say that is, one, they've improved the powder coating. The powder coating is a much thicker coating. It has a much better feel. It doesn't look like paint. It's an actual powder coat. It's a much better powder coat, okay? Two, they have laser cut holes in the uprights. They used to actually punch them out, even though they said they were laser cut. They are now laser cut holes. Third, the actual skids on the feet here. So these bad boys right here, this is a thicker gauge steel than what's on Rogue's, okay? So Rogue may have updated this in the new one, but this steel right here is actually thicker than what's used on the Rogue skids. Now, if you're using a lot of sled drags, you may be able to wear this down eventually. It's gonna take you a long time, but this thing is not gonna ever wear down, okay? That's a really thick gauge steel. Also, and I'm surprised I'm saying this because this has never been the case before, but this yoke has just as good of welds as far as like the way they look as the Rogue, okay? The welds on these are great. Like if you look at them, like they're so much smoother than what we've seen on other Titan products, okay? I don't know if these are made in different factories or something, but they're just really great. And then this is the Rogue weld. And Rogue welds are always look good. This is an older product, so you know they probably look better now, but I mean, it still has the cutout T. Rogue's got the cutout R. I mean, gosh, this is an awesome product. I can't believe it's only 221 bucks. Now, I'm a huge Rogue fan for a lot of products, but when it comes to this, it's hard to, you know, argue with the price. I want to go with Rogue because they're the creators of it. They came up with the idea, everything like that, and I want to support American manufacturing, but at the same time, this is only less than half the cost, so it's like, you have to come up with, you know, where you're gonna spend your money for your home gym. The next subject is barbells. Let me get a couple barbells, one from each. Okay, so Titan recently came out with a barbell. It's called the Titan Atlas Bar. It's got a high tensile strength, at least listed tensile strength. It's got chrome coating, it's got dual knurl marks, it's got, you know, passive knurling or medium knurls they call it. It's got, I think this has bearings too for the spin. It's got the cutout in the groove just like the Rogue 2.0 bar does. This is their best bar to date, okay? That said, and this is one I can definitively say, this one's really easy. Rogue, for most people, makes the best barbells, okay? If you're gonna buy a barbell, I think you want to spend money on a barbell. I don't think you want to cheap out, things like that. You want a good barbell, and in my opinion, Rogue makes some of the best barbells in the world, especially for the price. From a value basis, price to components, Rogue, in my opinion, is one of the best. So, this is the Rogue 2.0 bar, or actually this is the Rogue Ohio bar. I have the 2.0 bar, I'm just lending it to a friend, but these are pretty comparable. That said, I've had this bar here. This is one of their older versions. This is actually 150K tensile strength, not 190 like the new ones. But these barbells, although this is a decent barbell and it's one of their best ones, I think it's around 150 bucks or so. It, in my opinion, does not compare to a Rogue 2.0 bar. A Rogue 2.0 or a Rogue Ohio bar has better, it has got bushings. It spins better in reality. The Titan Fitness Atlas bar, both the collars, they spin differently. The knurl on this is just insanely passive. I really don't like the knurl. It's actually a really, in my opinion, it's just a bad knurl. It's not a good knurl. The Rogue Ohio bar has a lifetime warranty from a company that's gonna have great customer service. When it comes to barbells, Rogue blows them out of the water, okay? At least up to this point, okay? An American-made bar and an imported bar, they just don't compare, at least in this comparison. So the next category is plates, okay? Titan makes plates, Rogue makes plates. First thing to understand, Rogue plates are all imported. I'm pretty sure every single Rogue plate is imported, okay? These are their old black training bumpers. These are, you know, a competition style bumper in black. These are the same ones that Penlay had, or Muscle Driver USA. They just put different, you know, markings on them. This is the thing to understand about bumpers. Most companies that are making bumpers are using similar factories in China, in Taiwan, and those areas to make their bumpers, and then they're just rebranding them, okay? That's really how it is. There's not a huge difference between certain companies' bumpers. So this is a Rogue bumper, and then this is the comparable Titan bumper. The Titan bumper is gonna be thicker, okay? It also has a 3-piece hub, so the hub in the middle is 3 pieces. Now, I don't know how that's gonna affect things. I haven't had these long enough to really be able to see like if they're gonna break down over time. I can say that these Rogue bumpers are excellent. They last forever. I've been using the Penlays for a long time, and I've had these for about 2 years now, and I've had no issues with them. But the price difference between these Titans and the Rogues is, again, it's a vast difference. It's not like a couple bucks, it's a big difference. So if you're looking to get bumpers, it's like, should I spend the money for a Rogue product? Because Rogue's gonna have better resale value. You know, their fit and finishes are better, they've got better customer service, at least for, they've got a better record of customer service. Titan hasn't been around long enough to really, know about that. So which one should you go with? Well, all I'll say is these Titan and the Rogue bumpers have a similar durometer. So that is like the hardness of the rubber, the toughness of it. And these perform, really well. So if you're on a budget and you don't plan on reselling these and you just want a good bumper, and you can stand the smell, because I'm like sitting here and I can smell these, because these are new plates and they off gas like crazy. And Titan, it's a comparable bumper at a much lower price. Okay, so I could go through Titan products for days, Rogue products for days. I'm getting more Titan products because I want to start comparing them more one-on-one. If you go to the site, I'm going to have more reviews comparing, a specific Titan product versus a specific Rogue product. Because I think people want to understand, which one is worth purchasing. Here's what I think. A lot of the bigger items, I would oftentimes go with Rogue, just because I like the better fit and finish. I like being able to resell it. I like all those different things that Rogue offers. For some of the smaller items, for instance, like these barbell racks in the back, you don't need to spend, in my opinion, a crazy amount of money to hang your barbell on the wall. You know what I'm saying? Just go with a cheaper product like Titans. If it has the nice plastic to protect the knurl, you're not really going to face a lot of issues with a barbell hanger. Like a gun rack, it's not a big deal. But if you want some of the things like, the nicer foam on the benches, the better vinyl, the better welds, those different things, then Rogue's hard to beat. So which one should you get? Okay, that's the question. Which one should I buy? It depends on the product. Okay, I'm not going to give you a specific, you want to buy Rogue, you want to buy Titan, because it depends on the product. That said, right now, I would purchase more Rogue products than I would purchase Titan products. Okay, Titan hasn't been around long enough to really have a good idea on. That said, they're making some great things, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen. But this has been Coop with GarageGymReviews.com. If you haven't subscribed yet, you need to make sure you do so. Do you like home gym equipment? Do you like watching people work out? Then you need to sign up and subscribe. See you next time. Peace.